Ang luwag ng ano niya. Asan? Ay, oo. Ito pala, hindi ko nakita kanina.
Ito lang pala sa tabi ko yun.
Ang laki naman niya. Ito oh. Turtle.
Baka mamaya, wala.
Hindi, lahat pwede. Ayun. Ang dami. Ang lalaki. Ano yung maliit na kabayo? My friend, what name that one? Horse? Anak. Ano kayo? Ano siya, kambing?
Hindi.
Usa ata ito. local kambing. Yan yung kambing ng kambing ng Middle East. Maliliit pa yung rabbit. Ano ang tawag dito?
Buddy.
Rusty B.
Hindi.
And Sam Eclat.
Hello.
Together with Jason.
Sam.
Benser, yung mga kamag-anak mo nasa likod. Mga puti. Ay, panalo ang pagkagawa niyan o natural yan?
Hi, Sam.
Hi!
Hello. Nasaan ka?
Andito kami sa Dubai Safari. Safari Park pala.
Safari Park. Jason. Ito po ang baby namin, nakalimutan yung stroller. Si Jessie.
Hello.
At si Travel Best Buddy.
Let's go, guys! Start niya sa pag-ikot-ikot ng maliit na sasakyan. Itutur daw kami sa mga layon. Ay, mas mabilis yun.
Panood ko kaya na. Isa-send ko sa'yo. Kaya nga.
Ito ang mga entrance. Welcome African Village.
Right now we're here in African Village.
Mukhang bababa kami dito. Ayan.
Tatalakad talaga kayo pabalik.
Hindi, susunduin. Yaman na yan. Sarado lang din nila.
Back in the
Oh,
Philippines.
yeah, well, she'd been home for one, which is very nice.
I know.
Enjoy your...
Exist nila oh.
They have them in cemeteries. Nasa taas siguro yung iba. Ay, ayun. Sa puno.
Turista na turista tayo. Pangalan ng pera. Kailangan ipuputamos. Later na.
Sige.
Explorer Village 11 oh. Para ano natin yung babalikan natin.
Meron.
Meron?
African Village. Daming gansa. Ay, dito kami sa African Village. Tapos hintay kami ng sasakyan papuntang ano yung pintahan.
Explorer.
Ha?
Explorer Village.
Explorer. Hi. Yeah, samahan nyo kami. Si Travel Best Buddy. Ras TV. And Jason, the admin. Bus Safari. Likod daw kami. Eto, pwede rin yan.
Oo, pwede. Ito bawal.
Babaan tayo. Mamaya yung
Hello!
Explorer Village.
Ang bating?
Ah. Thank you.
This show is about please find a seat and settle down. Always remember, for everyone's safety, remain seated all throughout the performance. Do not raise your hands up as it might distract the animals. Thank you for your cooperation.
find the prey.
Okay, so it's time to say goodbye to our eagles.
Alright, Mac, we have seen the hunters, we have seen the water birds, and also we have seen Charlie, our opportunistic feeder.
There he goes. This is Steve, our male rhinoceros hornbill, all the way from Malaysia. Oh, see that big thing sitting on top of their beaks? Well, that is called mast. You know what, folks? We believe that that's like a great chamber to make their voices louder. Hornbills are quite chatty. Their calls range from deep booming sounds to great like.
Well, there is something interesting way to differentiate the male and the female. Now let's see how it is. Now what color do you see the Tim's eye? What color is it? The eye? Red. See
Yeah.
red? How about this?
Yes. What's the color of our eyes? White. That's correct.
So that's the easy way to differentiate between a male hornbill and a female. As you can see, males they have red eyes and the females they are white. But other quick differences, see the size difference? The males are much bigger in size than the females.
Yes, everybody have a nice round of applause for our hornbills.
Well, we are just from the Asian country, and this time to Philippines. Let's have Phil of Palawan hornbill. Okay, now just now we have seen the nesting behavior. Now before the nesting behavior, what happens is the males have a big responsibility to impress the female. Now before I further explain, get your cameras ready because Bill is going to show us something really unique. Alright, whenever you're ready, Mac. Wow! Alright, now guys, that's interesting. Do you want to see it one more time? Yeah? Alright, once again, let's get your cameras ready and then I'll explain why the male hornbills do this behavior. Alright, very good.
Okay, from Indonesia, let us all welcome our beluga cockatoo. And this is Lisa. Now let's go on another cockatoo right over here. And this is Warda. Come on, Warda.
Alright, Moluccan cockatoos, they also have another name called like salmon-breasted cockatoos. Now, then, okay, my brain's gone back.
It's not in the mood right now, okay?
Which is fine, yes.
Yes, anyway, go outside. Nice round of applause for our beluga cockatoo.
Alright, now let me show you, since we missed the Moluccan cockatoos, in the wild, our birds, they usually love to remain like social together. Like the next one, we're gonna have here on stage, beautiful little ones. I'm sure you have seen in most of the pet shops that is about to go. Yahoo! There you go. This is Yasmin and Tom Tom hermits of parrots. Now, in the wild, these parrots cannot move together in a pair while finding food. But sometimes they fly really far. But do you know how they stay connected? They communicate to each other with so many different noises. Let's play. Yasmin! Oh, did you hear that? No. It's like for...
Okay, oh, there he goes. And this is Chacha, our Chana toucan. Now, folks, as you can see, Chacha here has a black bill. And they are also known as the humpback because they prefer to hunt than to fly. And Chacha, show them how you do it.
Come on, Joshua.
Alright, 2 more to go.
Yep. Eat.
Come on.
Cheers, how we go.
Alright, so everybody have a big hand for Chacha. That's the name, the farmers of the forest.
Now I get it.
Yes, but on a sad note, these wonderful creatures are going to extinct because of habitat destruction and illegal animal catering.
I can't imagine how the food chain would be affected without these beautiful birds actually living in the wild.
Yes, always remember guys, no conservation is ever too small. Live it natural and live wild.
kutis nila.
Silver.
Andi dito pala yung mga kapatid ko sa ugali. Matapang.
Baka dito ang ahas.
Kailangan natin sumakay doon sa loob. Ay, may baso.
Ayun! Di ba complete package naman sa atin?
Oo, ano tayo eh, VIP eh. Para lang tayong ano ah.
Go to last visit, there is a deposit there. So can you guys consider the family of the back? May ana po. Thank you. Then you sit down, then because if they all sit at the back, then you guys can all sit at the front. That's perfect. It's okay, it'll be fine.
Thank you. Thank you. I like the energy. I like the energy. All right. My name is Kathy, and I'm going to be your tour guide. Hey, what's up? All right. Good to go. You guys are wearing your mask. Just a few safety reminders. We are discouraged from removing our mask as long as we want to. All right. Okay.
Ito na. May buhaya. Go, 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 go.
Hey guys, on the right side. On the right side.
Right side, yes.
Oh, okay.
Where we can see which one? What's the crocodile?
Just the far right. Far right.
There is small bird.
Okay, so basically this one is a hippopotamus exhibit.
Oh no.
They spend most of their time in water, around 14 to 16 hours a day. And 8 hours they're out grazing. They can hold their breath underwater for 5 minutes.
There.
There they are, guys. Can you see them?
Yes.
Quite dangerous. They kill about 300 people a year in Africa. And they can travel, they're quite fast. They can travel around 30 kilometers an hour. That's fast compared to the size. Uh-oh.
Wow. They're carnivores. Or...
No, they're not carnivores. These guys are herbivores.
Hindi ko makita.
They will not eat us.
Same
Okay, generally
Carabao.
I'll say they're browsers. They feed on grass. You see right there. And if ever you get a hand, if ever you see a hippo chasing you, never decide to jump up a tree. Those guys are very good climbers at the same time.
Oh. So no place to sleep.
Hey guys, do you see something on the left side? I can see the
Zebra.
giraffes. I can see the giraffes. Okay, this one is a wetland exhibit, but we'll have a good view of the giraffes from here. It's good for us. The giraffe is the tallest land animal on earth. These guys sleep for like 5 to 30 minutes in 24 hours, and they take 1 or 2 minute naps. They're very smart. They have quite a long tongue, which they use to clean their ears. And the most vulnerable position you ever see a giraffe in is the sitting position. Their tongue is purplish black. All right? These are different types of giraffes. You can tell from their patterns and the coat color. If you go onto the giraffe feeding platform, you get a better view of that.
They have also strong foot, no?
Yes, yes. Look at that one right there. Okay, guys, let's go back to the right hand. Right there in the white color and the spoon-shaped big ibis, the ones that look black in color. But actually it's not black. They have green, they have rust brown, and they have purple, as you can see. Right now they are the thin top. And basically the glossy ibis has feelers in its beak, which allows it to detect food even without getting to see it physically. First discovered in Australia.
Anong theory mo sa lumot?
Alright guys, we'll be entering into the Jurassic Park of Dubai Safari. This is Dubai. We probably have dinosaurs. We'll see for ourselves when we enter.
Jurassic
Dangerous.
There's a dinosaur
Buti hindi tayo sumakay dyan sa malaking bus kanina.
Stranded na naman.
Stranded.
Hey guys, can you see the ostrich from here?
Yes.
Right
Very
there, far
far.
left. And that one right there, another springbok. Don't worry, we'll see it later on. I just wanted you guys to get a sneak peek. This baboon is also referred to as a sacred baboon. It was used to represent the gods of art, the gods of writing, and the gods of learning back in ancient Egypt, and they were mainly seen near the pyramids of Egypt. But unfortunately, they are now extinct in Egypt, but they can still be found in Yemen, Ethiopia, and Saudi Arabia. And these guys have a polygamous lifestyle. It's quite interesting. The leader of the group is known as an alpha male, and he mates with several females in the group. And so they live together as one group, but during the day, they form different sub-units, and these sub-units are one male units, and of course, the rest are females and young ones. You can see it for yourselves. Enjoy. By the way, this baboon is very, very naughty. Amadrius baboon is the name for those who didn't get it first.
Maunggoy pala yan.
So I can see you guys the cameras already. Oh, okay, thank you.
Ayong.
Okay, thank you.
Madaming ayong. Ayong ba sa inyo ni Unggoy?
It's too much. It's okay.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Here's the Melissa family. Wala pa tayong makikita na sa Oh, there you go.
Monkey. Oh.
Hey guys, can you see them on the waterfall?
Yeah.
So basically, this waterfall is just to provide the coolness in here. Hey guys, do you see the young ones? Did you see the young ones? There are more here on the other side. There are more here on the other side. Just a few of them, but quite interesting. Yeah. Okay, do you see that one right there in a grayish color? Seated right there. The one that is more humongous in size. That's the alpha male, the leader of the group.
The white one, huh?
Yes, exactly.
This is the old one.
Yes, he's the leader of the group, the alpha male. And so basically the males and the females groom the young ones. It's not only the females that groom the young ones. They help each other out.
What's in there?
Those are the females. So basically when it's mating season, it gets a bit conspicuous to attract the males in the wild. Alright guys, I don't want you to miss any. On the right hand, the other one near right there, near the water pond, that is a kudu. There are two types of kudus. There's a greater and a lesser kudu. The one we have in our collection is the greater kudu. And the one with horns, that is the male kudu. We'll get a closer view of him so you guys can see how handsome he is.
Oh yes.
Usa.
Trust me, he's very handsome. I hope you guys will agree with me by the end of the tour. Okay guys, right here on the left, impala. This animal right here, these are the females. The females and the young ones form their own groups. And generally, these guys can jump 1.5 meters in height and 8 meters in length. That's how they escape from predators. They jump and leap away like no other animal. The South Africans call them McDonald's. They're found all over. Okay, and these guys right here, this one is the African oryx. If you look at the horns are straight and the horns are curved. I'll definitely tell you why later on. This one is also known as a center-horned oryx. It can survive for longer periods of time without water. And they can also detect that rain is coming from a distance. They normally call them fortune tellers. And the gray and the brown chest brown neck, it changes during the winter and summer season. Hey guys, speeds of 65 kilometers an hour. They take on the ground. That's how they escape from the big predators. They can't catch me, they say. Oh yeah, thank you guys for agreeing with me. Alright guys, these guys right here, I don't want you to... And so basically, this one right here is very popular with the Dukes of England. They're in their palaces. And by the way, these guys, they are large in size, unlike most antelopes. So their speed is like 20 kilometers an hour, not so fast. But well, they have endurance. See the zebras right there? Oh yeah, don't miss the zebra in the black color and white strips. These guys in the wild, they have a very, very deadly kick. If ever they have to face a predator, a well-placed zebra kick can kill a fully grown hyena. Don't dare them. And generally, zebras are quite friendly with other animals. They hang out with other animals, especially the giraffe. Hey guys, another view right there of the African oryx. Like I told you, the horns are straight and curved. So basically we have different species of oryx within the park, and so the difference can be only shown by the horns. I'll show you the Arabian oryx and the other oryx species. You definitely get to see the difference in the horns. Hey guys, don't miss the impalas right there. Another African oryx here. Hey guys, a few more kudu right there. On the left hand, on the right side. Hey guys, a better view of the impalas from here. Quite a good view. Do you see the formation they are in? They are more of a scattered formation. It's a defense mechanism. They jump and leap in different directions to confuse the predators. Alright? That's alright. Let's come here. This one is a mountain goat, also known as a bighorn sheep. They got the name from the bighorns. Those horns are quite heavy. 14 meters. That's how long they can go to.
And that's a male, the...
Yes, the cow.
And then this one has...
The females, yes. And so basically this animal right here is found in North America. You can't find it anywhere else in the world. The Rocky Mountains in North America, that's why you can only spot them. Yes, my dear. That's true. Very correct. Fantastic. She's a pro. Alright guys, a better view of the kudus from here. Oh yes, I had a notice. Thank you so much. There we see, that is the heaviest man-flying bird in the world, the ostrich. And basically the black, that is the male, and the female is in the gray. And so basically in the wild, male birds are more attractive than female birds. I don't know why that is. And basically these guys are also quite fast. They can run at around 70 kilometers an hour, and these guys basically feed on anything that they come across. And they are really, really cheeky. I don't like them. I don't go near them.
That's right.
And hey guys, do you see, check out that beautiful bird right there? This one right here with the orange headgear. I call them bridesmaids. This one is a crane species known as a grey crowned crane. Basically just beautifying the park and doing nothing much. The national animal, the South Africans have named their rugby team after this animal, the springbok. They can also jump like no other animal. Guys, we're always on the lookout for danger. Let's see who's in the next exhibit. Probably we'll get to see one of the big predators. I can't wait.
I see it. It's a giraffe.
You can see the giraffe from here? That's quite a good view. So the animal in the next exhibit has a very good view of the giraffe. We'll find out and see for ourselves.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Andito na ata yung buhaya.
Hey guys, a good view of the giraffes right there. The giraffe is a very alert animal. Most animals in the world depend on the giraffe for their survival. And basically the giraffe is on the other side. That was the African mix exhibit in the wetlands. We are now in another exhibit. But well, we are still going through the continent of Africa. Ooh. Hey guys, Do you see something in here? Come back, guys. Forget about the giraffe. We've seen it
Oh my
already.
God.
And we can see him at the giraffe in the club.
Slip.
I can see three right in front of the bus with the most weird sleeping positions I've ever come across in my life. Uh-oh, I told you. Look at that one right there. Okay, so basically this is the brown lion. The lion is the laziest animal in the animal kingdom. Spends about 18 to 20 hours of sleep, as you guys can see. These guys are very, very lazy. Too bad. And by the way, we placed them in this exhibit intentionally, rightfully opposite the giraffes, so they can get a good view of their favorite prey. But there is one thing about the lions. They don't love water. And so guess what? They are never ever going to cross over on the other side. They are just going to die admiring the giraffes. Too bad for you guys. And well, the giraffes, they also get a good view of these guys. And most of the animals, their roar can be heard as far as 5 kilometers away. And so definitely, they're always on the lookout for danger. And they know they should never ever come over.
Sarap ng tulog ah.
And so basically, guys, if you noticed, we don't have any females. We only have males in our collection. This one is a coalition. And these guys, it looks like water. That's not water. That's urine. Basically, lions have a scent mark territory, and they use urine to mark their territory. And if you look closely, there's mist coming out of the rocks. By the way, we have air-conditioned rocks. No dinosaurs, at least we have air-conditioned rocks. So in any other case, the heat gets unbearable for the animals. They just come onto the rocks, air-conditioned rocks. What to do? They're living the good life, basically. And so basically, our lions, we don't want them to be obese because these guys are lazy. And this is a zoo. And so if we feed them every day, come on, we're gonna let them be obese. So basically, we have 2 staff days, and today is one of their staff days. But that does not justify their sleeping. They just sleep. They're just so lazy. Alright guys, like I told you, we are still cruising through the continent of Africa. And now in the next exhibit, I'm going to be showing you guys one of the big 5 of Africa. I'm so proud to be showing you guys one of the big 5.
Yan, sana maayos yung kuha ko. Kasi left, right, left, right. Magulo yung camera.
Hey guys, on the right side, just a sneak peek. Just a sneak peek. It's just a sneak peek. That's a rhino. It's just a sneak peek. Don't worry, you get to see it. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, you see it. Don't worry.
Malayo.
One is the African cat buffalo, the deadliest animal in Africa, part of the big 5. Those guys right there have a very bad temper. The males and the females live in one group, and the males are always fighting. They even hurt each other because of the bad temper. And those guys hold grudges for life. They never forgive and forget. Going to the wild, attack them today, go back 10, 20 years down the line, they'll recognize you and take you down. So hey, keep away. And by the way, our king buffaloes also love to swim. By the way, we provide our animals with recreation. We provided a pool for them so they can get into the water and cool down. Great. Definitely cohabitating with somebody in here who's humongous right there. The southern white rhinos. Alright, this one is the southern white rhino. Just humongous in size. Very timid and a very nice creature. Believe you me, these guys are very, very beautiful creatures. They're very timid, but there's one thing about them. They just want to see. They are not coming to hurt you. The males weigh about 5,000 kgs and the females around 3,000 kgs. Whoa. And these guys have an average age of 6 to 8 years. They're still juveniles. They're still babies. These guys have a very long life. After about 70 years, they can survive. Wow. And they take about 16 to 18 months just to give birth. That's too much. 9 months is good enough for me. 18 months, that's too much. You're a pro hippo. Oh, sorry, Rhino. Heads off to them, guys. 16, 18 months, that's too much. If you have given birth like me, you would agree. Alright, so guys, basically the rhinos and the cave buffaloes are critically endangered. And our main aim here as Dubai Safari Park is conservation of wildlife. And we do this through recreation like we are doing right now, education, research, and rehabilitation. And basically, we are hoping in the near future, the Cape Buffalo and the rhinos will be part of our conservation and breeding program. So we can get to save wildlife. That's why we're here. We are just here to make sure wildlife doesn't go extinct. Alright guys, heading towards another exhibit. And remember, we are still cruising the African continent. You don't really have to go to Africa. Here at DS, we can show you what they have in Africa. Hey guys, let's go right here on the right hand side. Let's start with these two guys here. These two guys here. Those guys, well, the ones that look like vultures. That's a marabou stock. It's a scavenger. Basically feeds on anything, even human flesh. Ooh. That guy's right there with the orange like pink legs. That is a legendary white stock. They're very faithful bird. And those guys have a monogamous lifestyle. And basically they stick to one partner for life. If one partner dies, the other partner does not mate with other partners. It dies shortly afterwards. Uh-oh! He's drinking water. Don't worry. Alright, this one is a Watusi. It's a cattle from the northern and eastern side of Africa. And basically, these guys are a form of status. They're a symbol of status and pride. The more of them you have, the wealthier you are in Africa. And those horns right there, those beautiful horns in Africa, I told you, they're a form of wealth in Africa. And so basically more of them are right there. Do you see that calf right there? It's about 1.5 years old. And guess what? It was given back to us here on the top, chest like this one. We saw it given back. Here's a DS baby. And we are proud. We have Dubai Safari Park babies.
Wow, look at that!
Okay, and this one is the mother. And so basically, he's still he hasn't reached sexual maturity. And he's still being nursed by the mother. They reach maturity at around 3 to 4 when the mother will let her go. But then right as of now, she's still feeding. She's still suckling from the mom. So basically in Africa, the more of those you have, the more wealthier you are. And they also use this payment of bride price. Okay, that was collection by the way. She just comes for the food. She's welcome though. Hey guys, we are now in the crocodile drive-through exhibit. I'm going to be showing you guys the Nile crocodile. You are welcome to stand in this exhibit. Hey guys, I can see one on the left side. Just right.
Dalawa. Doon.
Hey guys, on the left-hand side, there's one there opening its mouth. Do you see it outside the water?
Oh yeah. There is.
So basically, crocodiles are cold-blooded. So when you see them opening their mouth, they're generally regulating their body temperatures. That's a good view. Hey guys, there's another one right here on the right side.
Ito na.
And there are two of them. Can you see them in the water near the shore?
Eto oh. Maganda.
Yung nakanganga dito.
Yung nakanganga
Okay,
plastic
so basically
ata.
this is the Nile crocodile. It
Yeah,
is a
totoo
very
yan.
painful bite. And generally crocodiles are very dangerous. These guys are juveniles and they were just transferred from Dubai Zoo. They've been here for long. They kill about 500 people in estimate in Africa according to the BBC reports. Alright guys, we are done with the African continent. And now I proudly welcome you guys to the Asian continent. We are now doing the Asian drive-through. And our first exhibit is the Asian meat, a very quiet animal known as a nilgai. These guys, even when they're rattling through the branches, even when they're chewing, you can't even hear sound from them. It's from India, it's known as a nilgai. These are the female nilgais. Very, very quiet animal. Very little information is known about them because of their quiet nature.
Ano yung malaking kambing?
Kanina pa bingat kami. Very informative talaga.
Malaki rin bayad niyan.
Ayun no? Ayun no? Dayo. Visitor.
Oh yeah, that's a visitor.
Nag-i-enjoy yung mga ibon dito rin kaya tumitira sila.
Huwag sila magkakamali dito.
Ayun, ang dami mga mas ganda ibon na magtitira dito.
Ay, dito na tayo sa mga usa.
Alright guys, we are in a bachelor's mixed hide exhibit. And so in this exhibit, I'm going to be showing you African continent and Asian continent. And basically we are bachelors only. The reason why we removed the females, we don't want crossbreeding. The males cannot tell. Animals cannot tell this is my sister, this is my daughter. So we didn't want that kind. Okay, right there, I'm riding out under the bushes. Looks like a what? Reindeer. That's a samba deer. A samba deer has an excellent sense smelling and an excellent vision. So they can detect that danger is coming from a distance, and by then they get to escape before it gets nearer. Alright, and that one right there standing, that is a male impala. Remember the female impalas from the African mix? And right next to them are the reindeers. I asked Rudolph the other day, I'll show you Rudolph when we drive through. I asked him about Christmas and he says, Kathy, Sandra says, I don't know with this pandemic. I don't know if I want to get Christmas presents, but I want my presents. Alright guys, just right here, a better view. This one right next to us is the Arabian oryx. The UAE national animal, you see the horns are straight. Unlike the African oryx, the horns are straight but they're caved. That's a view of the male kudu staring at us.
Hello! Ay, yung ano kay Puga.
Oh yeah.
It's a huge one, no?
Laki. Ganda
I
ng
think this
tingin
is
niya.
the most handsome animal I've ever come across. Hey guys, another male kudu in our way. I told you you'd get a closer view of them later on.
Ay, dito rin pala siya.
Ito rin.
Trust me, they know they're so handsome. Hey guys, on my right hand side, an oryx, the UAE national animal, and the one with the twisted horns is another oryx fish known as an adax. So we have three different species of oryxes. We have the adax, we have the Arabian oryx, and we have the African oryx. Alright guys, let's go on to the right hand side. I think it's a better view here. Okay, this guy right here, right next to us with the twisted horns, I think it has a superiority complex. His thing is handsome, but I told them, check out the kudos. This one is a black buck, also known as an Indian antelope. It can run at speeds on average 60 kilometers an hour. And that one right there, giving us its back, that's a sable antelope. It has powerful horns that can kill a lion. That is a national animal of Zimbabwe. By the way, I'm from Zimbabwe too. Hey guys, on the left hand side, I can see the sable antelope. I can see the impala right next to us. I can see the adax. I can see the African oryx and the Arabian oryx and the black buck. I can see all the guys that belong to this exhibit. Definitely staying together. But you see the impalas. The impalas don't hang out with other animals. They are on their own field and top. They don't like sharing. But look at the sable antelope, the Arabian oryx and the African oryx. They are on one field and top. Hey guys, this is a black buck. These are the young ones. So basically with the black buck, the darker the uppercut for the males, the more advanced in age you would have gone. Hey guys, right here, a closer view. This one is a blue bull. Remember the new guys from the Asian mix? These are the male new guys. Looks like a horse, but it's not a horse. Very far from a horse. Also known as a blue bull. And right there, Rudolph. Do you see Rudolph?
the red-nosed.
Yeah, there is Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. There he is right there. If you go closer to him, you will definitely see the red nose. He's pretty sad because he doesn't know if this time around they're gonna go out for Christmas.
Because of the global pandemic.
Yeah, it's too sad. Come on, reindeer. It's
Ako marinig na ano. Malakas ang sensor nila.
Ang taba niya.
Sumunod. Grabe, laki niya. Lang lalapain ka.
Tumingin sa atin.
Gusto ka dyan.
Next, wala na. Ayun pa rin sila. Dadan tayo sa tunnel.
Maganda ng pagkagawa.
Oh!
oh wow.
Picture mo. Ginagawa na.
Oh my God.
Yeah!
Alis na sila.
Ah.
Ano, yun na. Gagalit.
Ano siya?
Doon sa side. Okay. Ay, dala ko.
Lalaban sila.
Hindi ko.
Amaze mo.
Kuna mo ng video. Nagagalit siya.
Ang taba.
Silent lang.
Ay, isa.
Ayaw nila.
Ayun, alaga ni Chavit Singson.
Huwag wala yung gaganon para makita talaga natin lang. Gaganon is yung ano mo.
Mahirap.
Pag tumumba to, patay tayo.
Kaya
Malakas ang sensor nila eh. Rinig yung boses.
Lalo pag gutom.
Oo.
Pero hindi
Ayun,
naman
may nakabang sa pinto. Lalabas na ng highway mo.
Hindi sila nagpiginugutom dito.
Napagod ang
Ayun,
tiger.
kahit doon. Ang dami doon. Namang kinukuha na ni ate sa mga kahoy na yan.
Hundreds and 200s. Safeties in numbers. These ones right next to us are the female new guys. Remember the male new guys, the blue goose, the very quiet animal. Okay, and these ones are the black bucks. Remember the Indian antelope? These are the females. Have I shown you guys my favorite animal? No, guys, just wait. Just right there. Did you guys see something? Just right there. Okay, Ali, please wait. Just right there. If you keep looking from here, there's something that looks spotted there.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you guys see
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. What
That's
was
an
that?
X spotted there, also known as a cheetah. Yes.
Layo.
Can you go back? Do you want us to go back?
Yes,
yes,
Okay.
yes. 100%.
So basically, when we're driving through, we'll be checking it out. So at times we think it's there, and then at times we only see it after a distance.
The cheetah. Yeah.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an X spotted deer, also known as a cheetah. And by the way, that's my favorite animal. There it is. Do you see it?
Hindi na sinusum ni ate.
Okay.
Can we go?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go. Dapat ano, bukta.
All right, and then right here, remember Rudolph. These are Rudolph's sisters. I asked him the other day and said, Kathy, those are my siblings. And this one is Rudolph's elder brother. He stays with the girls. He's taking care of them. And basically the samba there cannot survive without water. So every time it's near a water source, they never leave a distance away from a water source.
Dami nila, may nakatago pa dyan.
Okay, another view right here. These are female samba deers.
Mga usa.
These guys don't go out with the Christmas presents. They work in the toy factory. They wrap them up. They don't seem to have gone to the toy factory. It seems like this Christmas is a different Christmas. Hey guys, on the rocks. There's something on the rocks.
Cheetah ba yun?
Thank you. That is a cheetah.
Ay, ay.
This, okay. You know these cheetahs are solitary in nature. So they love their solitary life. That's why he's about. So basically cheetahs in nature, they are very, very solitary. That's why you see them there alone.
Aircon. Aircon siya.
Yes, but the others have learned to live together.
Nasa air conditioner. Oh! Huwag kang magingay, tutulak ka yan. Di ba yun? Basang-basa siya.
Mainit eh.
Nagpunta yan doon sa air conditioner niya. Air conditioner. Mga basa sila.
And so generally a cheetah can take speeds from 0 to 100 kilometers in 3 seconds. And on average their fastest speed is 120 kilometers an hour. But they can only maintain the speed for 20 seconds and after that they're required to rest. In the wild they generally have a very short lifespan, 6 to 18 years, but in captivity 17 to 19 years. And basically male and female cheetahs in the wild don't cross paths. They are basically solitary in nature, but because right now they stay together in one place, they have lived to be cordial together. But that one right there, you saw it, it's a lot.
Hindi, wala akong video.
Dalia, come girl. Dalia. Dalia. Sir. Dalia. Go travel best buddy. Travel best buddy. Busog na siya. Isa-isa lang, sir.
Akin na iba.
Ayaw mo pakain? Pakain ka para.
Copy that, Charlie 6 already been over.
Ah?
Negative, please, negative. Just have it one for you.
Talaga na bugaga.
Ayaw niya na pala yung pabol nito ng panlasa. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Ayaw ata ng pechay.
Ito pa, sir. Nagsawa na sa pechay, sir. Dalia, Dalia, come mama. Dalia. Dalia.
Ang taas ng paa ni Dalia.
Busog-busog na yata siya eh. Kanina pa kain ng kain. Pero pipilitin natin siya. Oo, pindat na. Laki naman ang pindat. Yung dalawa doon, busog na din. Dalia, please. Kamay ko lang na. Dalia. Laki yan, no?
Ako nakakain na ito.
Amin na yan.
Ayan, Jess.
Pakainin ko yan.
Dumidi. Labas din kami.
Take it, Dahlia. Ayaw niya, mas gusto niya marami.
Tatakbo yan siya.
Ano siya, mag-stress siya.
Ikaw naman, ate, ano ka ba?
Huwag ka sisigaw kasi may stress.
Hindi ko yata kaya.
Hindi naman, kaya mo.
Tingnan mo kung ano, patapos sa'yo.
Ano mo mabuti?
Patapos sa'yo. Pwede mal...
Oh, ang galing ni Ateng, oo. Wow.
Take it. Ayaw na.
Ate, kaya mo yan, sige.
Ayun na, ayun na.
Yes!
Si ano na, next na.
Eh kasi nilalabas yung buong dila.
Ikaw naman, Gay. Ako na yung ano mo, camera mo, yung video mo, paano
Kay
i-video?
Jason.
Ayun na, so, ikaw na dito. Eh, ito yung bread ba?
Ano, kahanan kita?
Sige, ito na, kukunan kita.
Sige. Ay, sorry.
Ayun niya ng picture eh. Balak daw yun.
Ay, lamig. Ganito pala maganda sa bundok.
Ano siya? Solar energy siya, no? Kumukuha sila. Ayan mo, red. Ano to? Red.
Ilan? 19 hectares?
Magalan.
19 hectares ang ano. Ito, luwag.
الصحراء هي مكان
Oo, mga kano.
حيث درجة الحرارة وفي الصيف تصل إلى مئوية في فصل الصيف وقد تكيفت النباتات والحيوانات The desert is a place of seasonal extremes, where the temperature can get as high as -12 degrees Celsius in winter, and as 55 degrees Celsius in the summer. Plants and animals found in this environment are well adapted to the harsh climatic
Di
conditions.
manis na manggukod yan, no?
هي اعتادت على البيئة الصحراوية
Wala lagi taga, butang ang harang.
فإنه مع أنك تظل مكروية فإنها تقلص قلبها وكبدها لذا
Sino kami na dito lang bigay na naman pala.
Ikot lang siya. Grabe ang haba ng sunga ng mga to.
فإنها تصدر ضيقا يشعر قليلا صوتا بينهم عمالين سنوين ويقفزون دائما جلسة الصحراء الثعلب والكلاب. Amongst these are the gazelles. They're used to the desert environment. According to one study, for the gazelles to stay hydrated, they shrink their heart and liver, so they require less oxygen by breathing less, and thereby losing less water. When these animals are alarmed, they make a noise with their limbs, and sound this like a duck quacking. They're swift runners and jumpers, and always alert to evade desert predators like fox and jackals. But
Ano siya ulan?
Wala. Saan na itong cellphone?
بدأ شتات صفائها
Ano ba? Bravo mo ba?
يتم العراق في الأسد وأطلق سراح عدد
Mga pagyan na ba? Ito sila.
في إمارة أبو
Wala pa.
وقد بدأ هذا الأمر قصة نجاح فريدة
Pagod na kayo. Wala nang sasalita.
إلى فئتين
Hi, dito kami ngayon sa Kids Farm ng Dubai Park. So mag-iikot kami. Andiyan ang mga turtle, andiyan ang mga hospitals. So, tara, samahan nyo kami guys. Libot-libot tayo.
Bata. Kids. Hello, hello, hello. Kay Bong sa
May kabahay.
Yan sa Sang Eclat.
Subog.
Naglakad na. Diretso na.
Check it out.
Oh. Ayan, gaganda ng mga rabbit.
Dati nag-alaga ako rabbit, nung bata kami. Ang laki na rin rabbit ang ganyan.
Ano ba yan? Kinakain din?
Ha?
Kinakain din ba yan?
Hindi, ikaw, nasa sa'yo. Pero
Kinakarne?
Pwede rin naman. Kung gusto mo ka rin.
Siyempre nakakawan. Alaga mo lang.
Ang cute nila oh.
Oo. Ganda. Kabayo. Ang lalaki ng kambing. Ang lalaki ng kambing. Ang mga tupa.
Eclat is here.
Hi. Ang tupa. Ang kabayo. Guns, ano ba ito? Hindi ko alam kung anong pangalan. Oo. Sa pambata. Thank you. Ay, mga ano, maliliit na ibon. Okay guys, lakad kami papuntang Asian, ano na yan Jess? Asian Village. Kasi pagkasumakay daw kami ng ano, ng train na maliit, 30 minutes siya iikot. Pagka nilakad daw namin 3 minutes. Kaya maglakad daw lang kami.
Parang from Cape to ano yun. UFC.
Ay, namunga na ang malunggay. Ayun.
Itil yan.
Kaya walkathon kami ngayon. Ang init sa Paris.
Parang natagtag yung matras ko.
Adventure ha? Oh, adventurer. Yan na pala nyo, lumakad kayo. Kaya si Jason, may takip ang ulo. Ayan. Lakad-lakad. Papuntang Alibadabad.
Alibadaban. Uwi na sa Alibadaban. Ay nako.
Ha? Ayan na ba yun?
Eh pwede ka namang ihinto sa amin.
Pag-check ko ano, eh hindi naman dito ang ikot. Ito dito ang ikot sa kabila.
Ah. My friend!
I need your help. Pinaretawa nila.
Next batch. Wala, ang aga-aga po.